Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, we're going to practice walking through the doorway and pivot turn 182 degree around the clock. This video will help you to walk through the doorway with the big steps and pivot turn facing to the opposite direction with 4 steps without losing your balance. For this exercise, you will need to add a cross at the end and at the both sides of the agility ladder with masking tape for pivot turn, or you can imagine the lines on the floor. Roshin is going to demonstrate this exercise between the chair and the wall while she's holding on the wall. Use your walking aid or hold on someone's hand for balance if needed. I'm going to demonstrate exercise for you when I'm walking through the doorway. If you feel dizziness, through this exercise when you're turning around, stop the exercise and sit down in the chair, drink some water. Whenever you feel comfortable and better, then you can continue to the exercise. Now I'm going to demonstrate this exercise. You can just look at me how I'm performing this exercise and cueing you, and then we can practice it together. So stand tall with the feet hip-width apart. Walk through the doorway with the big steps towards the clock. Stand in the middle of the clock or the cross. Always imagine the 12 o'clock at the front of your toes. To turn to the right or clockwise, the right leg starts the movement and the left leg follows the movement. So I'm going to step out to the 3 o'clock. Then I'm going to step on 6 o'clock and I'm facing to the opposite direction. Walk with the big steps through the doorway, pass through the doorway. Now I'm going to turn to my left side, which I'm imagining the clock on the floor. So to turn the left side, imagine the 12 o'clock in the front of your toes. The left leg is going to start the movement and the right foot is going to follow the movement. So I'm going to step on 9 o'clock. Then I'm going to step to 6 o'clock and I'm facing to the opposite direction. Now I'm going to demonstrate that one when I'm turning to the left in the front so that you can see much better. So I'm going to walk through the doorway with the big steps. I'm walking. I'm going to stand in the middle of the clock or cross. I'm going to turn to the left side. Left leg is going to start the movement and right leg is going to follow the movement. So I'm going to step on 9 o'clock. Then I'm going to step on 6 o'clock and I'm facing to the opposite direction. Walk with the big steps. Pass through the doorway. Now I'm going to turn to my right side. I'm going to step to my right to the clockwise to 3 o'clock. Then I'm going to step to 6 o'clock and I'm facing to the opposite direction. Now we're going to practice this exercise together. Ready? Yes. So Roshin is going to hold on the chair, on the wall, while she's passing through the chair and the wall. So walk with the biggest steps. So stand in the middle of the clock, turn to the right. Right leg starts the movement. 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Now walk through the doorway, pass through the doorway, stand in the middle of the clock, turn to the left. Left leg start the movement. 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and we are facing to the opposite direction. So again, we go to the right again. Let's walk forward. Stand in the middle of the clock. 12 o'clock is at the front of your toes. Now we're going to turn to the right side. 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Walk with the big steps, pass through the doorway. Now we're going to turn to the left side, anti-clockwise. So we step on 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and we are facing to the opposite direction. Now we're going to practice with the left side in the front. Walk with the biggest steps through the doorway. Stand in the middle of the clock. Now we're turning to the left side. Left leg starts to the 9 o'clock. Then steps on the 6 o'clock. Walk forward. Pass through the doorway. Now we're turning to the right side. So right leg is going to start a movement. 3 o'clock. Then a step on 6 o'clock. We are facing to the opposite direction. Now we go again. Walk with the biggest steps. Stand in the middle of the clock. Now we go to the left side. Left leg to the 9 o'clock. Left leg steps on 6 o'clock. Walk forward. Pass through the doorway. Stand in the middle of the clock. 12 o'clock is in the front of your toes. Now we go clockwise to the right side. 6 o'clock, then a step on 3 o'clock, then a step to the 6 o'clock, and relax. Now we are facing to the opposite direction. Okay, so we did twice in each side. Now we're going to add a stop and go to walking through the doorway and pivot turn. So Roshin is going to demonstrate that one while she's holding on the wall. You and Roshin need to focus on my voice, what I'm asking you to do. So Roshin, I want you to, when I say go, you walk through the doorway. When I say turn, you turn with 4 steps. When you turned, I want you to stop. Don't go until I ask you to go, and we do that movement few times. Okay? Yeah. Now, Roshin, go. Turn to the right side. Go. Turn to the left. Go. Turn to the left. Good. Go. Turn to the right. Go. Turn to the right. Go. Turn to the left. And relax. Very good. So we reached to the end of this video. We'll see you in the next video.